district mobile unit. There I'm working.
So what is your roles and responsibilities as a sub-inspector in excise?
Of excise. Yes, sir. So particularly as I told that I'm in section district mobile unit, there we have only enforcement activity that is supposed to be done. But if I'm given a charge of a station, then there are other responsibilities as well, like inspection of the shops, OS shops, outstill liquor shops or OPS shops, as we know it as wine shops. So there we have to inspect if they're lifting the minimum guaranteed quota or the quantity as provided by the state government.
So what is your thought on, like in other state, Bihar and Gujarat, they are ban the liquor. So
yes, sir.
In Odisha, we are actually not banning. So why we are not banning liquor, and what are the challenges in this?
Sir, in my opinion, sir, I believe that as state excise department, it has a big role in contributing revenue to the state government. Like after mines, it's what I have researched. I have understood that the revenue coming from the excise department is quite a good quantity, good amount, which is very important for the state government to run schemes. And so it's like going for a ban would be a challenge for the government to find a substitute, in my opinion. But other states, I'm sure they would have diversified their revenue sources for other states, sir. I don't know about.
Okay. Okay. So you have political science and IR as a optional and geography. Tell me how do you think that geography will help in the civil service?
So geography, in my opinion, sir, it would help me by understanding the hills, how old they were, and how sir, as a part of my experience in state excise department, we had to climb the hills. So there I got to know about how the rivers or the streams were generating, like they were generated or they were evolving from the top of the hills. So there I got to know how the shape of the mountains and the hills were like getting formed and eroded.
Okay, so in Russia-Ukraine war, India is abstain to vote against Russia in the UN Security Council.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that we are indirectly supporting Russia?
So it's not like that, but as we have got national interest, India views the first thing that India views is its national interest. So based on that, I believe it's not exactly supporting Russia, but at the same time it's maintaining a balance with other countries. It won't be right saying it's straight away it's supporting Russia by abstaining vote against Russia.
Okay. So how do you see that G20 presidency is given to India? What is its significance for India?
Sir, one of the significance, I would say that it would project India as a global leader, and as we are trying for becoming a part of permanent member of permanent security council. So getting a presidency of G20 is a big thing for India, and also India is a front runner in non-renewable energy resources, shifting towards renewable energy resources.
Okay. So here actually we have seen the personal secretary to CM is moving around the state and publicly he is announcing the public policy and different schemes. which is supposed to be done by a minister. So what is your thought on this? Did he violate the civil service rule, conduct rule?
Yes, sir, because I would like to go with this that uh, it is certainly a violation. I won't say certainly, but it's a violation because when it comes to the moving around with the party symbol, it violates the civil code of conduct, civil service code of conduct, because it's not how we are supposed to proceed. Like whenever like we are going to address the crowd and we have a poster of a party, so it doesn't give a good message
Okay.
to the.
So how you see the law and order of the state? Uh, Law and order, to maintain law and order, it is the prime responsibility of a police person. But if the police person who is the main role to protect the people and the maintain the law and order, if the police themselves involved in killing a cabinet minister, how we can expect they will maintain the law and order and protect the people? If the ministers here are not feel not safe, how can the common people? What is your take on this?
So, can I take a moment?
Yeah.
Sir, I believe whoever is a part of law and order, especially the police personnels, they should be doing the duty with honesty and integrity. And while doing that, this ethics needs to be ingrained in them before joining the services, that what they are serving for. I believe that should be an integral part of why they are joining their service, and yes, sir, that we
Okay.
can say.
So, excise, we are telling that taxation system and excise, we are telling that some like companies, they are making some fake companies or shell companies and divert the taxes, or they are tax erosion happen or tax eviction they are doing. So how we can protect it?
Sir, like I mentioned earlier, that as a sub inspector, we have a job called inspection. So, sir, there we have to check if they're doing distillation of the mahua flower. When it comes to the outstill liquor is a distillation process where they do it with a traditional method. They do the distillation of the mahua flowers through the traditional method. So there, the raw material, which is the mahua flower, they can increase the number of it without letting the government know about it. This is how we can check and stop them from distillating extra
So you
liquors.
are a
Yeah.
mechanical engineering
Yes, sir.
student.
Yes, sir.
There is a mechanical engineering subject also in Odisha Civil Service. Why you have not taken mechanical as a subject rather than geography and political science?
Sir, I took geography because I found it more interesting, because I grew up watching Discovery Channel and National Geographic. So that probably propelled me to choose geography as my subject, and also political science because I loved international relations, following the news all around the world.
Okay. So how do you think that you have studied 4 years in mechanical engineering?
Yes, sir.
Now you are shifting your like direction from engineering to now as a excise sub inspector, now civil servant. Okay. So then, do you think that that is the waste of your 4 years of engineering knowledge?
I won't say, sir. Because during the fourth year, I finally realized that this is not something that is interesting me. I mean, that is generating interest in me. So I thought of preparing for civil services because there's a lot of diversity you just don't have to play in one particular field. You don't get a job in one particular field, but you have got different departments as the time passes. So that would be like, I felt that that would be more interesting, rather getting confined to one particular field.
Okay. So how do you think that you can still utilize your knowledge of engineering in your future civil service job?
Sir, definitely, sir. When it comes to micro irrigation projects and all, there are micro irrigation projects. As I was in Kalahandi, I got to know the canal system and all. So I was quite impressed by the kind of canal facility they are there, and how they are irrigating. There's something called micro irrigation techniques, and how they are using, and how they have from a drought district, they have converted into a very surplus district in terms of production of grains. So in terms of irrigation facility, command area development and all, I think this.
As a political science optional student, how you see uniform civil code, which is in news and government is trying to
Yes, sir.
like bring uniform civil code?
Yes, sir. So it has, like, I would say that it has both pros and cons. When it comes to implementing it, it would bring uniformity across all religions. For example, the triple talaq has been already quashed by Supreme Court, which is already welcomed by the central and the state governments. It will also empower women because they have been deprived of their rights. But the concept would be like, there are some section of the society which are claiming that it would harm their traditions and cultures which they have been practicing for long. So that should not get impacted. At the same, we have to see in a way that it is implemented in such a way that it doesn't get impacted to these traditional societies. I mean,
so what is your thought? Like central government always use ED against its opposition party. Recently, Manish Sisodia and previously also Rahul Gandhi. Do you think that they are in power and intentionally they are using the ED against the opposition?
Sir, as far as I've observed and gone through the news, sir, I believe I should have taken the middle path, but I would like to say yes. The powers of ED and CBI has been misutilized. So partly because of one of the reason why, because it is being chosen, the chairman or the chief of these organizations are chosen by our Prime Minister and the Home Minister, and currently off late, because of the judgment of the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice of India is going to be a part of that. But still they are behaving like a cage parrot.
Okay, so National Judicial Appointment Committee, it was created previously, but it was made cancel, or it was got cancelled or made void.
Yes, sir.
By direction of the Supreme Court. On what basis Supreme Court cancelled this National Judicial Appointment Committee? On what ground? And do you think that Supreme Court is going beyond its capacity, or we can tell judicial overreach?
Sir, as you mentioned, NJAC was a part of 99th Amendment Bill, which got null and void by the Supreme Court on this pretext that it would be an intervention by the legislature into judiciary. So that is why they are relying on collegium system. So that has been the practice so far, but of late the legislature are claiming that it's completely opaque according to them, according to the legislature. It's opaque and
okay. So you have you are belong to which district? Sundargarh.
Sundargarh district, yes.
Tell me 2-3 points about Sundargarh. What is the speciality of Sundargarh? Why Sundargarh is famous for?
So the first I would like to say is because of its richness in iron and ore. Second, it's a sports hub for the hockey players, because many hockey players have come up and represented India at the national and international level. Apart from that, um, the tribal people of Sundargarh,
Okay.
which
What
assess in
about the
itself.
hockey stadium?
Yes, a hockey stadium is got the Guinness Book of World Record in being built up in 15 months of time, and also it has a sitting capacity of 20,000. Some
So you have hobbies of running, badminton. Okay. What is that? Surfacing internet.
net surfing, sir, finding out information
Okay.
of particular things, news and international
So
news.
who is the number one player in badminton in the world?
So currently is
In male, who is and female who is?
Carlos. I, I I can't recall, but he's a player from Spain.
Spain. And
Yes.
female?
So I cannot recall it right now.
Okay. So you are also badminton tournament, organized badminton tournament
In college time, sir.
college time.
While in college.
Okay. So tell me the last thing about why do you think that you are best fit for this civil service job?
Sir, I believe I can take strong decisions when it comes to doing service to the people, for the welfare of the people, and I can become a strong leader,
Okay.
and while making strong decisions for the community at large. And,
Okay. So what is mission life? I just make one rapid round for you.
Yes,
What
sir.
is mission life?
So mission life or mission Shakti?
Mission life.
I'm sorry, sir, I won't be.
Lifestyle for environment. We can change in our lifestyle to combat climate change. What is PM pranam?
So I cannot recall it at the moment.
Okay, alternative fertilizer use instead of chemical fertilizer, we can use alternative and organic fertilizer. What is mission millet?
So millet is like promoting the crop millet, which is uh, drought resistant, which requires less.
Tell me one person name who got Padma Shri Award from Odisha this year. Any person. There are 4 person, any person.
I haven't covered that, sir.
Okay. So tell me one wetland name, one lake name which included in the Ramsar Convention of Wetland from Odisha this year, last year.
Sir, Ansupa.
Ansupa. Okay. So tell me one place in Odisha which is famous for olive oil turtle.
So it's a beach called Tusikulia Beach,
Gahirmatra.
Goirmata.
Okay. So which side from Odisha got the status of blue flag?
Chandrabhaga Beach.
Okay. So one place in Odisha which is a national park as well as a biosphere reserve.
Sir, Assembly Pal.
UNESCO World Heritage Site, one place in Odisha.
Sir,
World Heritage Site in Odisha.
I think it's Assembly.
Cottack?
Yes, sir, Cottack.
Cottack.
Architect.
Okay. So last question, why people of Western Odisha demanding for a separate coastal state?
So in my opinion, because of the depravity among the people in terms of their economic growth, lack of infrastructure development, This had been an issue for last decade, I would say, or so. But of late, Government of Odisha has done a remarkable job in constructing Biju expressways from Rourkela to Sambalpur and connecting. And then also under the Udan scheme, they are also connecting through air, like Jaipur and Utkela are being connected with the help of the air.
Thank you, Dilip.
Thank you, sir.